Hey guys, we are live again. It is Tuesday, August 14th. We're on the TED Show with two more of the rising stars from 20 under 40 from YPN, Orlando Regional Realtors Association. Realtors, we're celebrating you. You guys are under 40. Who could believe it? I didn't know anybody was under 40 anymore. And this is Victoria Rice.
Hi there.
And Dave Zembala. So Vic Colazzo, let us know you can hear us or see us. I did see your comment earlier, Vic. I just couldn't read all the way through it, so I'm sure it had to do with camera angle or something like that. Or, Jesus, Ted, you have to put your big 5 head away. You can see the reflection. No, Dave, you look good. That's why I wanted it dark, Dave. So these are two of the stars. And here's the thing about YPN's 20 under 40. It's not just about your production or your numbers. It's really about your community involvement and what you give back. So there's many factors that go into it. And so we have Victoria and Dave here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so they're like, what is happening?
Freaking out.
Dave's like, what's going on? So let's give a little background on each of you. We can start with Dave and then work our way to Victoria. Okay. Dave, tell us your why. Why are you in the real estate business? What brought you here? I mean, I know the history that I know back in the day, but give them some, because what happens is a lot of people, they want to see and they want to know the REAL-tor a little bit more than just your listing or your MLS profile.
Got it. So I guess why I'm in real estate was I wanted to help people in an important decision in their life. That was one of the things that I came out of my last job, which I was doing some recruiting.
Who'd you recruit? What were you recruiting?
It was Apple One Professional Services. We did like accounting and finance and like IT.
Because when I knew you, it was mortgage, right?
Yeah, I did mortgages for like 4 years.
Yes, so that's how we actually met over on Edgewater. And so how did you get, well, because the market crashed, right? So you had to figure out what you wanted to do.
And get the heck out of there. So yeah, I did recruiting for a couple years, and then I didn't really like that. And
why? Because you are personable.
Well, I think I didn't like it because I wasn't really good at it. I wasn't really making much money, and I was probably going to get fired anyways, so I decided to do something else.
The truth of the matter, here it comes.
So he actually had a buddy of mine that kind of, he took me under his wing. He said he'd kind of teach me the basics, and so one thing was I wanted to meet people. Not meet people. I'm talking about my college. I'm getting nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Freaking out.
What?
Freaking out.
What? It's me, you, and Victoria looking at the iPhone. Look, that's all you have. Look at the iPhone.
Okay.
You're good. Thank you, Melody, for the comments on the jacket.
All right. So, no, I wanted to help people, and I wanted to be able to make money. I didn't want to be behind a desk.
Well, who wants to be, like, seriously, there are people who want to be behind a desk, but we're not those type. Right, and so you have to have those people to make the world go around, but you also have to have people who are willing to get out in the community, willing to meet with people. I hate to say sales, because it's more like sales, marketing, babysitting, hand-holding. There's so much that you have to do when you're in the real estate world. So your why was you wanted to help people. You probably wanted some flexibility in your life, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's what I remember from our Edgewater days. All right, so tell us, Victoria, what's your why?
My why originally, I originally did not want to be in real estate. My whole family has been in real estate. I grew up on construction sites for developments and sitting in open houses as a child, and I was like, this is not what I'm doing.
Not what you want to do?
Not at all. And then, but I have grown up around Women's Council of Realtors and going to all these events and traveling, and I think one time it just hit me and I was like, all right, I can actually do this, and I think it would be fun and doable, and I like being personable with people and helping them and getting to make impacts on their lives. And so my dad convinced me to get my license when I turned 18, and then I've just gone up from there.
Isn't that so? It's awesome because the 20 under 40 is an interesting thing that Aura does, YPN does, and I get it because you guys are coming up in a market that I'm not sure if I know Dave was touched by the crazy recession that we had, but a lot of you you saw your parents or your grandparents experience it, but now to get into the market, even if you're not sure what's going on, or you have bad memories of that, I think that takes a lot. What made you, Victoria, go, all right, everybody's told me I need to do it. Cherie's told me, my dad's told me, the world at WCR, because you did grow up basically in
Yes,
WCR.
I did.
What was it that made you go, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then to decide that and then like it? Because you've done an amazing job. I think you've made a transformation
Yeah.
where you actually do enjoy what you're doing.
So it was actually at one of the CCIM pinning ceremonies, and we go there and we celebrate all the new designees that have just got their designation.
What's CCIM for the people?
CCIM is a commercial designation. It stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member, and it's a pretty extenuous designation to get. It takes a lot of studying, classes, and then on top of that you have to submit a portfolio of your experience to prove that you actually know what you're doing. And so
I would
usually-
fail that exam.
It's very, very difficult. I've sat in 3 classes so far, and it's very grueling. But this usually takes people anywhere from 1 to 5 years. And so I was at this pinning ceremony, and I was talking to a lot of the younger designees who were, in their 20s, 22, 23, 24. And I was like, how was this? Like, was it easy? Was it hard? And they're like, some people were like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but I did it. And then other people were like, no, it was pretty easy. And I studied this in college, and it was a cakewalk for me. And I love numbers, and I love all the logistics. And I was like, I'm actually pretty good at math. I was like, maybe I could do this. And then someone was like, well, you would be the youngest person to do it if you did it. And so then I just got this idea, and I was like, what if I got
That's
my
a
license?
challenge,
Yeah,
right?
it was
It's
a
a
challenge.
challenge.
So I was like, what if I did it? I got my real estate license, and then I started working to become the next youngest person to get their CCIM designation. So since then, I've just been taking classes and traveling and trying to gain as much experience as possible from everyone, and I've just kind of dove in deep.
You dove right into it.
Yeah,
All right,
I did.
Zembala, you live over there? You good?
I'm good,
Okay,
buddy.
good,
I'm
good.
just listening.
All right, good.
This is cool.
All right, so you've recently made a move. Tell us where you're at, and tell us what your focus. And I'll ask Victoria the same thing. What's your focus in the market? Because you can go commercial, you can go residential, you can go mobile homes. Nothing against mobile homes, but there's so many different things you can do in the real estate business. You just made a move. Why do you like where you're at? And tell us about your marketing techniques.
Oh, that's a lot of different things. But I'll try my best.
One at a time, Dave. One at a time.
Okay, so I'm at Preferred Real Estate Brokers.
Good for
My
you.
buddy Jose Fleming is actually the broker there. So it was a nice, easy switch for me. I like what they're doing with technology. They have good splits. I think it's one of the fastest growing firms in the Orlando area. So I think we've got 200 agents already. It's only been there a year and a half.
So the technology was important.
Technology was good, the commission splits were good, and I had my boy who's the broker who I can lean on when I have questions, so it was a very easy fit for us. Where I kind of concentrate in the market is the downtown market. It's just kind of where I am, where I know the most about, and it ends up being your friends or people your sphere of influence. That's a large part of my business, so those are the people that I tend to service the most. I also do a lot of stuff on Zillow, and
What's the and don't get into it too much, but what's your feeling? So Zillow provides leads, you guys work super close together. There seems to be controversy about that. I don't want to talk about the controversy. We're not a controversial show here, people. But do you find that that's one of your better marketing sources? Because remember, you've got I see them all clicking on.
Yep.
You've got realtors who are listening. Do you find that is a good place for you to put your efforts and your money into?
yeah, any realtors listening, don't use Zillow. Just kidding. No, it works really well. So
That's good.
yeah, I mean, I say probably in the last 8 years, it's been about 30 to 40% of my entire business.
So you really do focus on that, or it's one of your focuses. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the the calls coming in versus you having to chase the business.
The chasing thing's so hard, especially. Hey, Steve from Kansas City. What's happening, Steve Barger Mortgages?
Hey there.
He's one of my team members.
What's up, buddy?
My partners. All right, so tell us about when you got the news that you were one of the 20 under 40. And remember, there's only 20 of them out of the, I want to say there's 1.4 million realtors. There's not. I don't know exactly what it is. It's 40,000, 14.
Well, there's 14,000.
Thank you.
Orlando members.
All right, Victoria, see, this is why she's 20 under 40. So you got the news, and then what was your reaction? Did you, like, all I can think about is like an Emmy or an Oscar moment where you get nominated and you're like, oh my God, yes, I can't believe it. Because there's only 20 chosen. That's actually a huge, big deal out of 14,000.
Are
So
you talking to me?
we'll start with, since you said that, yes,
Yeah,
Dave,
we
we
can
are
start with
totally starting with
You
Dave.
talking to me?
You're talking to me? You understand the pain of this show. Here we go. Go.
Let's see. So I was, honored. I barely made it because I'm just barely under 40. So,
Nobody has to know.
I figured that.
Me too. I understand I'm 35-ish.
I figure this is basically my last shot, to go for this award. So, but no, it's a cool honor to be recognized by Aura, and yeah. So,
Okay.
that's
All right,
good.
Victoria, how about you?
I was super excited. When I applied for it, I wasn't sure because I still feel super new. So I was like, I don't know if this applies to me or if I would be a person they would choose. And so it was actually a really cool experience finding out that I got picked, and then I got to announce to everybody that I'd been chosen and what the award was and stuff like that. So I was super excited just because I also I met Rob Reuter, who is the national head chair for all of YPN nationally. Sure. And I met him a couple, maybe 6 months after I'd gotten my real estate license. And he was like, this is YPN, this is this thing, and when you get there, you're gonna be one of those people who are gonna be our rising stars. And I had no idea what it was, and so to go from completely not knowing what YPN or what this award was to being chosen as one of the recipients was just incredible.
It's actually,
so I feel so excited.
You've got, Kat Brower said, you're amazing on there. A
And
whole bunch of
Dynamo.
people.
Thank
Dynamo,
you.
that's right, Dynamo.
Yep.
You are too, Dave. It's all right. I'm telling you, you're a Dynamo. You're both Dynamos. It's a crazy crowd here. So tell me about the community part, because I think that is one of the things that's so important. It's not just about business. A lot of people have the perception, we talked about this on the earlier show, that realtors don't get along. Nobody does anything. They're all for themselves. It's kind of like used car salesmen, insurance people, mortgage guys. And so, but community is part of this whole award. So talk about what you do or what your focus is in the community. What do you do that you think is important to the community, whatever it is, because you didn't just get here based on numbers, and that's so important for people to understand. Dave, you gonna go first?
Okay.
What do you do in the community? Poor Dave.
What do I do?
Dave is drinking water, by the way,
Yeah.
just for the record. Yeah. All right.
Drinking water.
Just water.
Just water.
I'm still slurring my words. Let's see. In the community, I've been kind of committed. Kind of committed. That sounds awful. I've been.
You
committed.
should be committed at this point.
So I guess for the last 6 years, I've read to a preschool almost every Tuesday, 2:30, and that's where I'm going next. Little Angels Christian Academy off of OBT in Michigan.
Nice.
So that's really cool. That's one of the things that I do each week that just kind of, it's always there. I always know that I'm doing it, and I always feel, great afterwards. Some days I don't really feel like going, but I do it anyways, and after a few years, it's just kind of routine, and I love being there and kind of reading books to the kids and kind of goofing around with them for a few minutes.
And your baby just started kindergarten?
Kindergarten, yeah. My daughter just started kindergarten yesterday, so that's pretty neat. And
I can't believe you have a daughter in kindergarten.
no, dude, I'm old as F.
Catherine, yes, that's a martini. Love you back. All right, so Victoria, I know you because Cherie, your grandmother, is so amazingly involved in the community. One of my favorite people, mentor. to so many of us, even the people who are watching. So you were raised around doing stuff in the community and giving back.
Yes.
What do you focus on? What do you think that what are your loves in the community, and what do you do?
So something that I've been doing for probably 6 years now is I've kind of got involved. My grandma got me involved in Rotary at a young age, and then throughout high school they have this program called REAL-tor, where they send high school students to a camp for a few days, and they just kind of throw them in to all different types of scenarios, hanging out and meeting kids that they would never come in contact with, or they meet with exchange students, and we give them the opportunity to kind of teach them what it means to be a young adult and what it means to become a leader as a young adult, because school, they teach you certain things, but they don't exactly tell you like, hey, you can go out there and do this, and here's the skills you need. They really
agree.
don't. It's kind of like, here, you pass the test and good luck, have fun. But REAL-tor became something I first went to in 8th grade, and ever since then I was involved with the program and getting kids there and working with exchange students, and it's kind of hard to explain a whole program in a few minutes, but it really is a life-changing experience for some kids, where you have kids that come from absolutely nothing, and you have kids that come from everything, and they interact with each other, and then it just really opens up young people's minds to the world around them and their potential as a young adult, because in a lot of scenarios, like, not everybody has a person telling them like, hey, you can go out and do this, and it doesn't matter where you came from or what your parents have done or anything that's happened in your life, like, you're still capable of whatever you want to do. And I've actually gotten to travel to other camps outside of my Rotary district. I went to one in New Jersey. They'd found out that I'd been doing it for a couple years, and they're like, hey, we want another person from a different team. Come check out what we do, and help us, like, how can we make our camp or our REAL-tor better? And so that was really cool.
That's
just
so
being able
cool.
to, like, travel. And then you still see, it's like, yes, it's a different group, and not everybody does the same activities and same learning objectives, but it's still the same movement of empowering, like, young adults and these young people, to just tell them that, like, hey, you can go out and do this and, like, do it. And so I love having that impact on people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
All right, so as we wrap up, is there anything that you would like, so your future team members, your future buyers, your future sellers, is there anything that you want them to know about you? Because what happens is we only see the picture that was probably done up. We only see the MLS listing. When they're trying to connect with you, they don't always know the real you. So that's what's great about the show, being able to paint a picture of you that's true, that's real, that's authentic. So what would you want to tell a potential borrower? What would you want to tell a potential seller in order for them to know who the real Dave Zembala is? Because we're going to start with you, and then we'll finish with Victoria.
Okay, that's a hard question, but I think what I go back to is I kind of have like a daily mantra: help, love, inspire. And so when I am thinking about something, when it comes to family or work or dealing with friends, that's what I kind of go back to. So I know that as long as I'm thinking about that and trying to help people and, trying to be in their shoes, kind of, I know that I'm going to kind of do a good job for them, and I'll be okay because I'm just helping. And as long as I'm putting that love out there, that it's going to work out. So
Well, you're planting seeds. I think what you're doing, you're planting seeds, you're taking care of people. And I think what you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I think I do this all the time. You're helping people, and you know it's going to come back to you 100-fold. You know that if you do the right thing, the right thing's going to happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, good. All right, so I summarized that for
Thank you.
Zembala.
Thank you very much.
All right, Victoria.
I don't talk good.
No, you do. You're so
great.
good.
It was
You're
really
so
good.
good. You're so good.
I kind of have like a similar concept. I think our family's company as a whole, we go the extra step because a lot of people in our industry do not. They cut corners.
It's true.
Or And so I think it's really important to focus on the details and make sure that every person is incredibly taken care of and feels like they are important and special, and I'm taking my time to take care of you and make sure that everything gets done the right way and you feel completely comfortable and satisfied about our relationship.
Isn't that awesome? So listen, this is what these are good people. So realtors are not scary.
Yeah.
If you're not in the real estate world and you're watching this, understand they're all human and they want to help you. That's why they're in it. They want to.
Not scary. Don't
God
scare them.
help us all. All right, congratulations to both of you. That's an amazing thing. 20 under 40. YPN's event is tomorrow night, Wednesday at Ace Cafe. Thank you guys for coming on. So was it Dave's scared? Are you still scared?
I'm
Dave?
still scared.
I'm so sorry.
So happy
you
it's
guys
over.
did such a great job, though.
Thank you.
No,
You
thanks,
know
man.
what?
Thanks
You
for
guys
having
did a
us
great
on.
job, and we love you guys for tuning in. By the way, your grandmother, Linda, and Kat are all together, so they said hi. We love you guys. Mwah. We'll see you back here around 5:30. All right? Love
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Great job.